Piaseckyj, and I'm here at Lake Balboa to tell you and raise awareness about the negative impact humans are having on the wildlife and environment at Lake Balboa. Behind me, there is a bunch of trash. You might be wondering, why is there a bunch of trash? It's because there are so many people at this park, and they don't know where to put their trash. Trash cans are usually filled to the brim, and they just throw out their trash anywhere they like. Another reason why there are so much trash around here is because the homeless population increases. And it's unbelievably filthy, and it's just ruining the scenery, including the water, too. So it's just a really terrible problem that's affecting the wildlife. Hi, again. This is my friend, my mom. She will be interviewing people just around the park, looking for answers and asking questions.
That's what I'm going to be doing, because I believe in this project that she's doing, and I think it's really important for people to be aware. I think there are a lot of people out there who care very much about Balboa Park, and then there are people who care and maybe they just don't know what to do. So we want to see what kind of different views and opinions we come up with. So we're looking forward to it. Thank you.
Bad driver.
Hi, we have found someone else enjoying the lake today with his dog, and you are? Steven. And Steven, what do you think about all of the people here at the lake today?
I think it's overcrowded. I was surprised how hard it was to find a place to park.
It is definitely very crowded, just from looking at the people behind you.
In a densely populated area, people are going to utilize the park resources.
Right.
The water usually has a bit of a smell that I find unpleasant.
Mm-hmm.
There's some graffiti. And, I mean, considering that they could have made this into a housing development or shopping center instead of a lake, I think it's better to have a lake and let people enjoy it. At least it's something as opposed to nothing. But I really honestly don't come here that often because I know it's crowded. And I think it could be cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
The grass, a lot of it's dead, and I know we're in drought. Still, they've got all this reclaimed water over here.
Right.
The water like that.
Do you think the fishermen are an issue here with the wildlife?
No, because these are all stock fish. And certainly, myself wouldn't ever want to eat anything out of here because I don't think the water is that clean.
Right. All right. Well, thank you very much. And how about you? Do you have anything to say?
Oh, I think that it's nice to have a place to come to in the middle of the city where people can escape from their crowded apartments and enjoy nature and interact with nature. And as long as they respect nature and don't try to harm the animals, harm the birds, I think it's a good place.
Fishing line gets tangled around birds all the time. And one time, this happened. This cormorant was just probably flying around and saw a fish, went down and dove into the water to get the fish, and not realizing that there was a fishing line there and getting caught in the line and getting tangled. This bird came back up into the tree and hung himself. It's a terrible issue, and we need to find a way to stop it.
So here we are with Karen. She is one of the regulars here at the lake and one of the protectors, and she understands a lot about what goes on here. So Karen, what can you tell us? What do you do here typically?
Well, I come out and enjoy the feeling like I'm not in the middle of downtown LA and I'm in love with all the birds. And here we have a black-crowned night heron.
Look at that. Hello.
The birds kind of know that we don't mean them any harm, and that's what we're advocates for these birds out here.
What
That's
do you...
John over there, and he fishes sometimes responsibly. Let me say responsibly, because that's a big deal around here.
And what does responsible fishing look like?
Well, he makes sure that he's a catch and release guy, but he checks and makes sure nobody else is leaving fishing line. And there's a lot of people that come out here and they just think they leave their monofilament and their hooks, and what's going to happen is these animals are going to get hurt. They're going to get wrapped up in this fishing line, and every day we can rescue up to 3 birds that are tangled up in fishing line. So many people here, they don't know. Maybe they're not aware that they're creating a problem. We need more sanctuaries, areas that protect the birds, because they have nowhere to go. And just maybe once in a while somebody, an official person, speaking to the fishermen about being responsible with their monofilament. People leave trash out here. They bring their children out here and they leave them. They just think it's okay to chase the birds, and the birds have nowhere to go and they get injured and hurt. I just think education would really be a very good idea.
So I heard, in speaking to people, I heard a rumor about you that they call you Mother Goose.
Yes.
Why do they call you that?
Well, I guess the birds know that I'm a good person, and I'm not gonna. They can come to me, and they're protected. And there's a white goose over there, and his name's Legacy, but I call him Calvin Klein. He comes and sits on my lap, and some people think, whoa, what's going on there? Is she making him stay against his will? And I would not do that. So, like I say, I'm an advocate for these birds. I love them all, and I know some of them very personally. People come out here with big giant things of day-old bread, moldy bread, and chocolate cakes I've seen, And chocolate's toxic for birds. They're not supposed to have chocolate, but...
And people obviously don't know that either.
They don't know, and if you try, sometimes when you tell people, like, they're offended. So I don't know, maybe if there was some kind of an official person that would speak with that people or create more awareness, it would be a very good thing.
Right. Oh, I agree. Thank you so much, Karen. Thank you for doing what you do for the birds, and we'll be trying to raise some awareness with this video. Thank you.
I hope you do.
I'm here with
Abel?
Abel. He's fishing here with his family, and he's doing so fairly responsibly. We wanted to talk to him because he actually has some views about what's been going on with the fish and the birds and getting caught in the line. So you had an experience?
Yeah, earlier today there was a pile of line and the birds went in the water and they were dragging it in, so I took it off their legs, bound it up in a small coil and made sure I threw it away. I try and do that whenever I go fishing. If I have extra line laying around or I find some extra, I'll ball it up small enough where I can throw it away and know the birds won't get caught up.
What do you think about the problem? What do you think could be done to make things better here?
Just make people aware of what's going on and maybe post a few signs just showing them, because maybe they're not thinking about it and they're leaving a line behind.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I think. I think that people probably don't mean to do any harm. They
Yeah.
just want to fish, but then maybe they get the fish caught and they don't know what to do. And so not knowing what to do, they panic and they cut the line. And there was an osprey here that we found last week that had a weight hanging off of its leg, and every time it would try to land in the water, the weight would hit the water first, and the fish would get scared away, and the poor thing was starving to death. It's a big, huge problem, and we need to make people aware. So,
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
They should just be more aware of their surroundings and the trees.
Well, it's obvious that you are. So, thank you. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're here now with Marley, and we're just going to follow her and watch her as she does her work, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she does here at the lake. So hi, Marley.
Hi.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Nice
So what
to be
can
here.
you tell us about what you do here?
Well, today's Monday. My regular routine is to walk around the lake just as much as I can, because after a weekend, it's pretty saturated with fishing line all over. Hi, Sophie, one of my friends. And just this morning on my walk, I picked up all of this just off the ground, just next to the lake.
Wow.
And this is dangerous because this is various fishing line that have either been left by fishermen or birds have gotten caught in the fishing line while they're swimming, and then they can't move their feet, and so they come up here and they try to find some tall grass in order to get the fishing line off their feet.
Right.
Usually they're successful, but if they're not successful, then they start getting both feet entangled in it, and then eventually they need help. So
Right.
I try to find those birds or get my friends to help out. When we do find the birds, we collectively come together and try to catch the birds and then relieve them of their fishing line.
Wow. Do you find that this happens daily? This is a daily problem?
Daily, yes. I mean, this is one day's worth of collection. There are days when, this is a whole week's worth of collection, but this is quite a lot. And you can imagine a bird getting caught, and you only have your beak to try to get the fishing line off.
Right.
And the other birds don't try to help. They don't think that way.
Right.
And so, man has done this, and now we have to intervene and try to help the birds.
So what, aside from just cleaning up after and trying to rescue the ones that you find, what do you think we can do as far as prevention is concerned?
Well, I would say ban fishing from everywhere in the whole world, but that's not going to happen. People are going to fish.
Right.
So we ask fishermen to be careful. Most of them are very careful, and a lot of this is not the fishermen just leaving the line on the ground. A lot of it is you fish and your line breaks because a big fish comes and breaks your line. So the fish is out there. What happens to the line? It
ends
out
up
there,
in the water and they bring it back up.
and eventually, if the fish breaks loose from the line is out there floating, and the next animal that comes in contact with it is a bird with feet and legs, and that's how they get entangled.
Right.
And so they come up on shore and they try to release themselves of it, and now it's on the ground somewhere. And you know, if you're walking, the best thing to do is to pick it up and take it home with you. Put it in a plastic bag and try to make it so that if you do throw it away in the trash can, that no bird gets to it through a landfill, because it's going to a landfill.
It's going to continue to be a problem even when it's no longer here.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's my typical Monday.
Thank you. So what other things do you find that you do here, aside from collecting the fishing line and rescuing the birds?
Well, this is one thing I've been doing is fishing in the sewer.
You're fishing in the sewer.
It seems that there's a sewer line that goes adjacent to the lake to pick up the overfill, but several times I've walked by and I hear swishing in the sewer, and I thought, well, what's in here? And it seems that there's fish in here, but they're caught between sewer openings, and they can't get out because the amount of water is not taking them to the next place, which would be the LA River, so they're stuck.
Aww.
Until we have a lot of overflow, and which we haven't because of the drought, and what little rain we've gotten, it really hasn't made any difference, because although the water is flowing just a little bit now, it isn't enough to take the debris that's stuck in there or the fish.
Right.
I've pulled out fish that are 6 inches long.
You can get them through the grate?
Oh yeah.
That's amazing. That's a problem I guarantee most people don't have any idea exists.
Yeah, I feel sorry for them. You know,
Yeah.
so if I catch them, I throw them back in the lake, so at least they can live free for a little while.
Until somebody else
Oh,
catches them.
oh.
Oh, you got one.
I do.
Oh, wow.
He's still there.
Trying to save his life. And there you got one, just like that, right out of the sewer.
It's a tilapia.
Poor little guy.
Oh.
Look at that. Hello, little guy. Let's get you back in the river where you belong, in the lake.
We're gonna set him free.
Let's set him free. Oh, that's what, see, now that's what life-saving is all about, right? Congratulations. You know what? Thank you so much for doing what you do here.
Thank you for asking.
This is wonderful. All right. I'm going to let you continue. Thank you for talking with us.
All right,
bye-bye.
bye-bye. We're back with another couple. You know that there are birds getting tangled in fishing lines, and
I didn't know that was something that happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know.
And did you know that there are actually really, really big risks of having dogs chasing wildlife and chasing birds, because when they chase them, they get scared and they get terrified and they just freak out. So I just hope you guys can spread the notion.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we'll keep your dog off the leash, and we'll make sure that he's not chasing the ducks. We don't want to stress out the ducks.
Yeah. And thanks for
Can
letting
he,
us know.
can he
We
chase
didn't know.
little kids? Is that okay?
Yeah, are kids okay? You know, chase or, you know.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah, okay.
that the
We'll
child
compromise.
Yeah.
Okay.
What other little dogs?
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right,
We
you
have
got it.
interviewed a bunch of different people of a bunch of different ages, except somebody who's young. So, what's your name?
My name is Kylie.
Nice to meet you, Kylie.
Well, just today I saw 3 things wrong. I saw 2 bikers riding around, disturbing everybody. I saw a dog chasing the ducks around. That's making them probably, pretty scared and frightened and not wanting to come out of the water. And then I also saw a boat, a motorboat, that someone did with like a little electric, and they were scaring the ducks away out of the water. And someone finally said, you can't do this near here, and said do it somewhere else, and that did make me happier.
We have to do something about this.
So I did another interview with a gentleman who is an employee here at the park, who did not want to be on camera, but he did give me some information about steps that they're trying to take here. And unfortunately, his information is that they have signs for the fishermen, they have signs telling people where they need to be. He does think there should be more signs, and he thinks the best way to accomplish that would be by talking to perhaps the city council or some other legal recourse to get some real changes made here at the park, rules and regulations that are stricter around protecting the birds. He knows that the birds are getting caught every day in fishing line. This is a really serious problem, and the park is aware of it. They come here to rest in between places when they're flying south, and they need to be here. They need that rest and that time so they can feed and move on to the next location. And if they don't get that proper rest and they're not cared for here, they won't survive it. They won't be able to continue on where they need to migrate. So migrating birds are an important part of the park in addition to the ones that are here all the time. So he was talking to me about the importance of not feeding the birds bread and keeping them healthy, because if they eat bread here, they can take that disease. If there's anything in the bread that isn't healthy, they can travel many miles and spread disease to other places. So he is very concerned about the wildlife, but there's apparently not a lot they can do that they haven't already done. So we really need to take some serious steps to make some improvements. So I think talking to the city council is one thing that we should probably do. All right, thank you.
The situation at Lake Balboa is getting worse and worse every day. It doesn't have to be this way. It really doesn't. Humans have created this problem, so humans can help solve them. Even small changes, like picking up fishing line and other debris. This is all possible through education and awareness.
Keep this place clean, guys.
Together, we can help preserve and protect the habitat here. This is a home to many animals, and they need our help. They are depending on us. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We made it to help this community and just work out these problems here. So please share this video with everyone else you know, and don't just think it's just this park. It's actually a lot of other parks. So hopefully you can help your park in your neighborhood and help keep it clean and help the wildlife. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye!